by a quirky older man, bent on turning them into a he leaves them to be the city watchers. That is the premise of the book that we have. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit with Eden about the process of voice acting and what is the goal of City War 2. So Eden, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Ethan Spicer. I'm a beginner voice actor and I've worked with Awali Comics on the two characters, the old man and the Ufiti. The one monster that's shouting, "Give me more." So yeah.
That's great.
Recording was a nightmare.
Yeah, little stories of the recorder, man.
Oh, which one?
So I would phone Ethan up, right? Or message Ethan up. And the dude would be in bed shirtless, ready to pounce into the voice actors. This is how dedicated this man was to voice acting.
Yeah. 8 o'clock at night, I'll be lying in bed. I sleep shirtless, I'm so sorry. But I sleep shirtless, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a nice short night. Awali sends me a message, hey, you ready to record? Yeah, sure.
And it took us some time to get the voice of the old man.
Yes.
Kind of actually. But the old man, like we sat for hours. We weren't talking about nonsense off that. We off each at the same time. But we were talking hours about trying to get the right voice for the old man as well. Right? We went back and forth. And Ethan is a really busy man. I won't get into Ethan's life, but the fact that he gave me time to be for his voice is insane.
Anytime you need, I'm there.
Tell the crowd how you and I met, actually.
Back in 2016, Connect was PE's version of Comic-Con. And it was very small. And it was Wally's first time starting up and doing his show at PE. And he was nervous. He only had about 100 books.
I had like a few hundred books. And it was only chapter 1.
Yeah, it was only issue 1. And now we're going to be giving issue 1 free.
Everyone in the crowd gets an issue 1, by the way.
That's the book what got me hooked. And every single time I made a goal to stalk this man and ask him, hey, when's issue 2 coming out? Hey, when issue 3 coming out? Now I can do it and say, brother, where's issue 4? Sorry, volume 4.
Volume 4! I kind of just want to thank Ethan publicly right now. I didn't want to show you publicly notice.
It just went to the loo.
Like 16, 15,
To the loo, yes, come on.
I was mad. But this man, as a kid, inspired me to want to continue to do the book.
Bro, there's these people I wanted to meet. They do cool ass tattoos, though. I told them about you yesterday. After this session, yeah.
It was 3 years. It wasn't like this year or last year. But then Ethan came to
I'm with Box anyway.
I'm trained to be a person. I want to be a person.
Yes.
And he's like, you need to make City War 2 into an animation. I think at that point you saw it in the
Yeah.
I think my ego was just focused on the animation, which you're going to see at the end. But actually they do this. I'm like, okay, this dude, he keep me going. He's like, I've had a lot of people come to me but Ethan was one of the very first people that I want to be. Because as a new artist, you get very scared. You get very scared and then when you target audiences, the same people that you grew up with, the people that love Naruto, the people that love this. Right? So Ethan, at the age of 22 or something like that.
I'm now 23.
23. Yeah. What does it feel like when it's years ago? Holy cow. And then we spoke, we connected, and the studio's ready to go, even though it's personal. So thank you. Yeah, for me going and for being one of the people that made me lead the project. I kept going, I got issue 1 and 2 out, and then chapters 3 and 4, chapters 5 and 6, then 7 and 8 came, then 9 and 10, now 11 and 12 as well. And volume 3 is currently available at my table downstairs.
How many books do you still have left? Because everybody's been taking.
One left of volume 3.
You're not talking about my one.
It's not your one.
Okay, good.
One left of volume 3. So, that's enough about me and my story. I want to know more about you. Tell me more about what else have you been working on as well with me?
So on my free time, I've now been helping out with the V8 Supercar group in South Africa, trying to help promote there. I've been working as a junior mechanic on my spare time during the nights. I don't sleep.
So, I'm specifically talking about another show that you brought up. That just aired on here.
Yes.
We actually were both coming out of Africa on the show.
Yeah. We've been doing a little show for Yes TV, I believe.
Yes.
What's
Called Anime Manga Otaku. Right? It's been one season so far. We're on the STV channel 260. Thank you so much. This is all thanks to the book. It's all thanks to animation. I got the confidence to go there and do that and all of that. So we have one season playing right now. The last 3 episodes are playing after this. The episode that's playing right now is on Saturday. It's actually today at 6 o'clock. This is after the convention. I don't think anyone's going to have time while they're driving home at the same time. But it plays now on 260. You can watch it on Vision, 3 Vision as well, if you want.
when are you going to upload on your YouTube channel?
One day soon. Don't ask me all the social media questions. I suck at it.
You need to be better with your social media.
I should. The other actors that I wanted to be, but unfortunately they couldn't be here, right? Was Simo that played the voice of Senzo, and he's such an amazing person to work with. He got to understand what Senzo was for Diana, one of the other characters, and unfortunately he couldn't be here. He was at Cape Town's meeting as well.
Yeah. He was horrified. It was also his first time at Comic-Con.
And I think if there is this video post, and George can play, I told you that's going to show Bernard Chadwick and the fun that he had when he was doing this acting. This is the dedication that these guys had trying to bring us into that group. It was Ethan, 50 minutes day, half asleep, this is 9 to 5, and then 5. It's gonna play now. I just want to show you the experiences of the teams and the on Amazon and Canada right now. Thank you. So I didn't ask him to do that. Like I heard the line Aina in the book, right? And they were struggling to get the line to do the thing. And he literally went to go ask his friend to pinch him on the side of his stomach so that he could get the right sound effect for the character.
That's funny.
Dedication.
And then he could come get your own.
Method acting, but.
Thank you so much.
Dedication.
Guys have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them, but I do have a few questions for Ethan that I just want to ask.
I'm not prepared for this.
Ethan, I really want to ask you just as a fan. Right? Your experience with, because he wasn't just a random voice actor that came to me, right? Ethan was a fan of the world. I want to ask you what's your motivation for what you experienced?
So, Series 2 in the beginning, I would be wondering, pondering on the first couple of chapters. We're only allowed a small glimpse.
Will you please record the Geek Heresy session?
Who's the villain? What is the Ufiti? What is this creature? What? Why? I always had questions. Questions.
That's
From
yours?
the beginning, I came up with my own theories. Not many people use Series 1, 2. So it was just me making my own theories, bouncing off of you, and you'd be sitting there like, I'm not saying anything. So in the beginning, I was furious with you for just giving me a tiny taste. And now, since you've released so much, a lot of my questions have been answered, and I've still got a few more. I can't wait to ask you next.
What has the experience been? I'm trying to plug my book. I'm sorry.
Yeah?
What has the experience been in the book so far?
Did you know that?
Yeah.
So throughout time, you can
Thank you so much.
development in your art style becoming more solid, because in the beginning you were very nervous, and you can see it was very much a beginning art style. Remember, you made your books back in 2016.
We started in 2015.
2015.
And we actually started the project in 2009. So you're gonna see, very soon, you're gonna see that video very soon, yeah? Yeah, so.
So, yeah, it was hectic. It was hectic. So, shall we give some of the questions to the fans? Because the fans were
Awesome, guys. Have any questions? Yeah.
Can you just hold this? Can you just hold this?
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, what's going on?
Sure. Ethan, I just want to commend you for your voice-over acting. You just made a voice-over for one of the characters now, and I was impressed. So that's amazing. I think it's a natural talent. So shout out to you for that.
Oh, thank you.
So my question to you is, what's the plan? Do you see yourself doing games or other works, or are you doing Silhouette only, or would you be doing other projects?
I'm open to all projects. Games I'd love to do, but also with me, I'm awful with time. I'm working. I'm an idiot. When I get bored, I do stupid stuff. So I'm now working on a stupid race car. And yeah. So it all depends on time. But I love to help out people on projects. If anybody has a project they want to do, but they don't have a budget, I'll work with you. I don't shut down a project immediately. I'm like, no. How many characters do you want me to do? And I'll make a plan with you. If you are struggling, I will try my best to help. If you need me to work hours upon hours, ask Awali, I will do that.
I can't begin to explain to you how little time he has.
Yeah.
The voice acting that Ethan is doing has been one. He's a good friend of mine. So the fact that he did this for me was amazing, because this guy that works 12 hours, 16 hours at the time, and he does to see what he makes. Which is really, and then he pushes hard and soul in it. Right? And then just talk a little about the anime manga time show that we worked on. Ethan did one of the episodes, he did the voiceover for the top 10 list as well, which was really cool. And then he also does the opening credits as well.
Sure.
And even then he put so much effort in. This was after he came from this. I wasn't mistaken when he was working. So this guy is extremely busy, but he's always willing to be a part of the scene. So I mean, I feel very privileged to get to know him that wants to make the project happen. Right? And again, I'm plugging Anime Manga Time, it's a really cool show. Just to tell you the guests we spoke to. Do you guys know My Hero Academia? You guys have watched My Hero Academia, right? Do you know who Rock Clock is? Right? Rock Clock on My Hero Academia, you guys are with it? I spoke to the voice actor of that. Right? The team, do you know what One Piece is? Right? Do you know who Tony Chopper is? Right? One of our guys got to speak to Rena Valencia and Tony Chopper. Right? You guys know what Digimon is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know, perhaps you might not know who this is, but do you know who Kanye X is? The biggest YouTuber, the biggest Digimon YouTuber that is right now.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
I got to speak to Kanye X.
Wow.
Right, so we got to speak to some, and we got to speak to one of the storyboard artists that work on Black Dynamite, that work on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that work on so many cool things. And she has her own project called Tag X right now. A project is all about someone that hasn't the ability, that is a mute in a world where sound is your power, which is an amazing concept. She's worked on Spider-Man, she's worked on. We got to speak to her for the show. So we have some insanely amazing guests. We have people like Jordan Crossley, also that's our part of Comic Africa. He voices things as well. Roberto Carlos voices things as well. Caleb is also part. There's a lot of really cool people that's a part of the show. And it's free. Right? You can watch it for free right now on DSTV 360 or free vision if you don't have DSTV. Right? Or Cape Town TV if you don't. It's free. Right? You know, look at his own parts free as well. The episodes will play on the rerun on Saturdays and today. And it is usually on Netflix. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions you guys want to ask?
Hi, this is a question.
Just put on the camera.
Have you, I enjoy drawing, but ever since I'm matriculated, I have not been able to draw properly. It just always ends up wrong and it gets frustrating. Have you ever had an artist block like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I did not study art. Right? I used to do it in high school, but then I stopped completely. And I actually finished my master's in history. So just a little bit about me. I did my master's in history. I was working on CD What You at the same time. The 3D animation I'm about to show you, that's what we were working on. And I was working on the story at the same time. At that time, did you notice at that time the character's name was not Diallo, it was Brent Bison. It was just a standard name.
Why?
I do not know. But we had a character called Brent Bison, the origin of Diallo. And when I started picking up drawing, was not that long ago, it was like 5 years ago. 5, 6, 7 years ago. I started originally with the first chapter, and at the beginning we had another guy called Devon Porter, who's one of my best friends. I was doing 3 jobs. I was helping with illustration and I was doing the story. And Devon was helping with illustration, Devon was helping. Unfortunately, at the time, the film was moving really slow, right? And so I had to take over completely. Devon got married and got a whole family and he lived his life, right? And so, but I didn't want the book to stop, so I had to completely take over the books. And so I've had many nights where I feel like I'm suck. I suck as an artist. Why am I doing this, right? But I continue forward. And like people says, I know if I look at my art now and I look at book 1, book 2, book 3, and I look at like the final chapters that I'm doing, oh, this is so different. But have you ever seen the creator of One Punch Man? Have you seen the work of One Punch Man? Have you seen the original Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Have you seen that work? Right? So Demon Slayer is good, it's not good, but it's way better. You see One Punch Man, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the webcomic, yeah.
One Punch Man, right? It's one of the biggest shows in the world. I don't know, right now. But
Free fire, everybody, free fire.
So for me personally, I'm very hard on myself. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not gonna lie. I just keep I can draw a really cool illustration now in less than a day. I used to spend 2 weeks on the same level of illustration, right? And I can do an illustration now in 1 day, in half an hour, which is way better than what I could do in 2 weeks. That's how I continue. I start with this. So if you really want to do this and take it seriously and on your art, you have an artist block, draw a bad hand. Draw that bad hand again. Draw that bad hand a third time. You suck, sleep. You wake up the next morning. In your free time and stuff, you don't have time. That's why I want to do that with you. It's just do it. One sucks. I still think some of my art sucks. I think it did.
Hey, your books don't suck, they're good.
Thank you so much. Any other questions?
And if someone's shy to ask them while we're on stage, we are normal people, please come up to us and we will have a full conversation. I'm just a normal human.
Here we go. Let's go this way.
Sorry, I wanted to ask about what were the core inspirations? Like, were there any specific methodological?
There's 100%, so I don't need to speak to this, so there's like a few things that really inspired me. So I might get a little personal now, so if you guys don't mind a little bit about my family history. So as a historian, I wanted to understand the world of South Africa, but I also wanted to understand what happened to the people behind it, right? And my community in Cape Town. And so I knew all these things, but I didn't know any of these things in detail. Like there were stories, there's the club that celebrates that media and all of that, but I didn't know the story really behind it. And when I got to know that really sparked my interest in making, because I was doing Cinema 2 before that. But then I realized there's so many unique, interesting stories. Like, you know, between the 1960s and the 1980s, there were people being disappeared, right? And no one knew about this, and all each other. And one of those people that were being disappeared was my very own uncle, right? He was in prison. I mean, he was like a little bit darker, but he was in prison. The secret police at the time allowed him to escape so that they could shoot him. That's a dark. As he escaped his feet, he unfortunately passed away a year ago, literally like a year ago yesterday. And he was, when I told him about the story, he was like an Alzheimer's. The strange thing is, as I was writing it, he was telling me about the story, and it just coincident that I didn't know this happened to my uncle while I was writing the story, because I was studying this group of people in South Africa, and this is such an inspiration. The other inspiration is the characters behind the inspiration behind the characters are the very people that is around me. Right? There's a lot of people that are in my life whose lives appear in the some sense. Now it's not directly, so they're not through me, right? But it's like There's a mean girl that I grew up with in high school. That is one of the characters' personalities. There's people in my family, friends, and the story itself. Do you guys know anything about Middle Eastern African mythology? About jinn, tokolos? You guys know anything about that? Right? That has inspired me to write a book about mythology. Right? And then at the same time, speaks of my own personal experience, listening of the things that happen in South Africa. But it's not about that. Right? I want to entertain you. I want to make sure that when you read these books, here's my goal. Right? The same way that you love Japanese anime, the one that you love Naruto, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling, right? None of you knew anything about Korea. None of you knew anything about Japan before this school. And you start like it. You just wanted to learn about Korea. You just wanted to know about Korea. Okay, yeah, I got that. And then I knew nothing about Japan until I saw Digimon. Digimon has been my biggest inspiration ever. Right? What was your inspiration?
Oh, it's right on my back, Naruto.
There we go. And so when I was designing the story, I was like, imagine I could create a piece of anime or manga or book that felt the same way that you feel when you're reading that. That is my intention. So my goal is always. Any last question?
Any last question?
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question. So we asked you what his inspiration was to become a manga artist. I want to know what was your inspiration? What inspired you to become a voice actor?
Don't laugh, I was bored. Just kidding. I was always fascinated by voice actors. So I am actually dyslexic. So I read my reading, I have to literally prep 3 hours before I even meet up with Awali. So I want to actually also set a goal for people who have got disabilities and to give them inspiration. Even when you feel like you can't do it, you struggle. It's a way for to teach someone who's at their lowest that hey, this person's got the exact same as me, but he's willing to inspire them, he's willing to show someone, hey, don't give up. If this is your dream, then do it. Don't give up.
There you go. That's a powerful answer. And also see what do. Thank you so much, everyone. Do you have any final questions? Let's go.
What people ask me questions? Ooh, I feel lucky. People love me.
You're back.
Hi. It's a very fitting interesting question because it's a silly light one. You said you liked Korean and Korean stuff before Korea was on the map. Quick question: did you by some chance like playing StarCraft 2? Because I know it's huge there, and I need more fan bases here as well because I'm bored playing with this. I'm currently the best StarCraft player in the country, and it's unfortunate to be a king on my own. So anyone?
Sorry, no, I don't play much games. I literally, between work, and maybe sleep. That's an optional extra. I heard that's good for you. But here's the perfect place. Everybody's into something. Go even to the gaming section. There's people playing games there at the moment. Comic-Con is open and welcoming and friendly. I love it here. You can go and meet up with a bunch of random people. And look at us. We've been friends for how many years? Oh, we don't even keep track anymore. But yeah, here's the perfect place to make friends and see how everything goes.
Everyone, that apparently is our time. Just realize that I didn't have that one up. Thank you so much.